hard sport. When laziness comes to your body, to your mind.
Over the years, what do you think of that?
Sad. You know, just sad that he feels any reason or urge whatsoever.
Barrios is a great dude. He's young. He's strong. I think Pacquiao's coming back because he wants to make history. Pacquiao is a person that loves to help. He helps. People love him in his country.
The upcoming showdown between Manny Pacquiao and Mario Barrios is shaping up to be far more than a simple boxing match. This is a head-on collision of pride, legacy, and unshakable determination. Both warriors step into the ring with different motivations, but each carries something significant to prove. Barrios, still young and hungry, sees this as the perfect moment to measure himself against one of the sport's most respected living legends. Pacquiao, on the other hand, brings decades of championship experience, an unbreakable fighting spirit, and a wealth of ring intelligence. The atmosphere surrounding this fight is charged with tension, the kind that only builds when two competitors from different eras meet on equal ground. For Pacquiao, this isn't a battle determined by age, speed, or even physical ability, it's about mindset. He has always believed that boxing is first fought and won in the mind, and that without an unshakable belief in yourself, there's no reason to step through the ropes at all.
Boxing, this is really hard sport. When laziness comes to your body, to your mind, then stop boxing. Forget about boxing. But as long as you dedicated, you have fire, you have, you have interest to punish yourself like that, or hard work, you enjoy doing hard work, training like that, discipline, then go for it. Like, continue boxing.
Yeah.
But
you do that, you'll be successful.
Of course. But something like comes to your mind, like especially in the middle of like preparation, like let's say 2 months after 1 month training, it's like tired, like lazy.
I agree.
Highly respected trainer Joel Diaz has openly expressed concern about Pacquiao's decision to return to the ring. Diaz stresses that there comes a point in every fighter's career where stepping away is the wiser move than risking it all again. At 46 years old, Pacquiao is not only facing opponents who are younger and more active, but he's also confronting the unavoidable truth of the sport: time waits for no one. According to Diaz, while Manny's discipline and dedication remain world-class, the physical demands of boxing change dramatically with age. A fighter can keep the heart of a warrior, but the body doesn't always respond in the same way it once did. In Diaz's view, Pacquiao has already given the sport everything and has nothing left to prove.
Yeah. Mario Barrios is younger. He's younger, he's big, he's a big boy. I mean, he still has a little bit more youth in him than Manny. Manny, if I'm not mistaken, I think Mario Barrios is probably same size as Margarito.
I think so, like 5'10", 5'11".
Around there, yeah. And Manny at this age, he shouldn't be fighting. In my opinion, I respect the man a lot. He gave the sport of boxing his life. He gave us great moments, great memories.
Among active fighters, there is still tremendous admiration for Pacquiao, but not everyone sees his comeback ending in victory. One fighter openly admitted that while he would love to see Manny win, he believes reality tilts in Mario Barrios' favor. At this stage, Barrios has the advantage of youth, natural speed, explosive power, and a sharp strategic mindset. These tools, combined with his current physical prime, make him a formidable threat even to a seasoned veteran like Pacquiao. The fighter respects Manny's greatness and legacy but sees this as a dangerous matchup for a comeback, possibly the wrong opponent at the wrong time. In his eyes, Barrios is ready to seize this career-defining opportunity, while Manny may no longer have all the physical tools needed to hold him off.
You're about to do 10 rounds of sparring.
Yes, sir.
Give me 12 days away, Manny Pacquiao Barrios. Who wins and why?
Oh, man. I really hope Pacquiao wins, but I really don't see it happening. I think Barrios right now, he's in his prime. He got real good trainers behind him. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying Pacquiao don't got, but I just think the age and stuff like that is gonna play a big.
Keith Thurman, who has shared the ring with Pacquiao, offers a unique perspective on the matchup. Thurman recalls the exceptional shape Pacquiao displayed when he fought Eudenis Uvas, noting how sharp, fast, and well-prepared he looked despite his age. While Thurman respects the punching power of Mario Barrios, he believes Pacquiao has the experience and durability to withstand that pressure. Having felt Pacquiao's power and precision firsthand, Thurman knows how calculated, explosive, and unpredictable the Filipino legend can still be. He suggests that if Manny enters this fight in the same elite condition he displayed in recent years, he could absorb Barrios' offense and use his own skill and timing to turn the momentum in his favor.
You know, Pacquiao coming back, I don't like when Pacquiao comes back off layoffs. You know, when he fought me, he was active. Even though he was at the age that he was very active. I think I was like his third fight that year or his third fight within like 13, 14 months, right? So he was very active at the time. And then when he fought Ugas after COVID, after the victory over me, scheduled to fight Spence, injury, had to fight Ugas, last minute replacement, yada, yada, yada. But Ugas got the best of him, right? And now coming off of another layoff, I think Mario Barrios can box smart and get the best of him. The dangerous thing is Mario Barrios is there to be hit. You know, I caught him, I rocked him, Tank got him with a body shot, and you know, Pacquiao is still gonna have some clippers. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna have some clippers on him. You know, so if he clips the chin, if he clips the body right, you know, I think he has an opportunity of hurting Barrios, but not sure what the speed's gonna look like at this time. The weight coming off, he's done a few exhibitions. He hasn't had to be at that upper echelon of fighting per se. So it's gonna be interesting, man. A lot of fight fans are just gonna enjoy to see what Pacquiao brings to the table. But I highly doubt I'll have an opportunity to get a rematch. You know, I'm not gonna not take it. You know, I've been wanting to punch that boy for a lot of years. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it'd be exciting to see him do great.
Rumors have circulated that Pacquiao's return might simply be for a quick payday, an easy exhibition-style bout to cash in on his name recognition and walk away with a massive purse. Some have assumed he is following the trend of retired boxing icons staging low-risk fights for financial gain. However, people close to Pacquiao firmly reject this narrative. They insist Manny is approaching this bout with full seriousness, undergoing grueling training camps, and preparing himself for a legitimate war. He understands that Barrios is no pushover and that this will not be a casual showcase. Pacquiao is not here to merely entertain, he's here to prove a point, silence his critics, and let his actions in the ring speak louder than any doubts surrounding his return.
Thinking, well, what's the worst version of Manny we could see? We've seen the best versions of Manny. What's the worst version of Manny we could see against Mario Barrios? And that ain't it. You're gonna get a Manny Pacquiao that is fine-tuned, a Manny Pacquiao that is ready, a Manny Pacquiao that has, check this out, not been sitting down watching exhibitions and saying, I'm about to have an exhibition fight. That's what that was. That was him sitting down, sad because he hadn't been in the sport in a little while, and he saw a little opportunity for him to do something. And I'm not sure if the people around him told him that he should get ready for it, but when you're on the outside and you're looking at what's going on with these exhibitions, and it's an easy way to make money and use your image and all that kind of stuff, that's what he did. He got ready for an exhibition fight. 3 rounds. I mean, the moment I heard you say 3 rounds, I'm like, okay, yeah, let's just keep moving past this. This is not the same thing. He knows this is a 12-round war against Azteca Mario Barrios. He's not going to come to the ring in any way, shape, form, or fashion the way that he did against Ampo. And I'm telling you right now, I promise you, if he does, I'll drop down and give you 100 push-ups straight. It ain't gonna happen. We got elite Mario Barrios. He's earned his position of being elite. He's elite. I hear what you're saying about his mentality. I just got a feeling that even though he's going through the rhythm and the routine of that's Pacquiao and I'm just Mario Barrios.
Trainer Robert Garcia believes Pacquiao made a calculated and intelligent choice in selecting Barrios as his opponent. Garcia acknowledges that while Barrios is a champion and certainly no easy fight, he is still a more manageable risk compared to other dangerous rising stars. Garcia points out that had Manny chosen to face a young, hungry contender like Jaron Boots Ennis, the chances of suffering severe damage would have been significantly higher. Barrios, while dangerous, matches up better stylistically for Pacquiao, giving him a realistic path to victory if he fights smart. Garcia doesn't pretend this will be an easy road, but he insists it's not the most perilous route Pacquiao could have taken.
Years out of the ring and everything against Mario Barrios. Your thoughts on that fight?
Look, I think it's a fight that just because of the card that they put together, it's gonna do really good. The arena is gonna be sold out. People are gonna order on pay-per-view. I think it's gonna do really good numbers because of the whole undercard. I think Pacquiao, you know, went to the I can't say the easiest because Barrios is a world champion, so I can't say he's easy either, man. But it did, you know, if you know he wouldn't fight against Norman.
Yeah.
He would fight against Boots. You know what I mean? Because Boots was the champion. Now that he wouldn't have fought against Boots. He would have never fought against Norman. Those guys would have hurt Pacquiao. So he chose Barrios, which also fights on PBC, so made it a lot easier. But Barrios he's young, he's big, he's hungry. You know, he's that performance where we question his, you know, skills, chin. But he has heart, man. He has heart, and Pacquiao's 46, so that's a big difference right there. I would love to see Pacquiao make history and become, you know, the youngest. He already is the oldest welterweight champion.
Yeah.
But 6 years later, he's gonna.
The trainer of Mario Barrios had his own message for Team Pacquiao, one that carried a tone of confidence and warning. He acknowledged that Pacquiao has spent years under the tutelage of legendary trainer Freddie Roach, absorbing elite-level skills and fight strategies. However, he reminded everyone that Barrios has also been in top-level camps, learning and sharpening his craft against world-class opposition. According to him, Barrios is entering this fight with his eyes wide open, fully aware of what Pacquiao brings to the table. Both fighters have studied each other's styles and strengths, and both camps have been preparing with equal intensity. This is not expected to be a one-sided contest, it's shaping up to be a battle of equals in preparation and mindset.
A lot of time we spent together. Picked up a lot of things from you. Freddie, you know I was in that gym a long time, Freddie. I picked up a lot of things watching those camps with Manny Pacquiao right there, baby. We know a lot of things from there. I was in there every day watching him. And unfortunately for him, there's a lot of things we're going to bring to the table on July 19th of the things that I've seen with Manny Pacquiao. We're coming, baby. You know that, Freddie. I was there a lot of time, Freddie. We did a lot of time in there, in and around Manny Pacquiao. You know that, Freddie. And you know that too, Manny.
Despite all the doubts and concerns, Pacquiao remains a beloved figure, not just in the Philippines but across the boxing world. For many, he is far more than just a fighter, he's a symbol of courage, perseverance, and greatness. Fans and fellow fighters alike still hold hope that he can pull off one more historic win, defying time and carving another chapter into his already legendary career. Even with the odds stacked against him, Pacquiao's comeback has inspired excitement and admiration. This fight is now about more than titles, it's about showing the world that the spirit of a true champion never fades, no matter the years that pass.
What do you think of Manny Pacquiao?
The GOAT.
I think he wins his next fight against Barrios.
Yeah, for sure. I love to see him win it, you know. He's a legendary fighter and someone that I've watched on tape and studied, you know, so...
Great person, too.
Yeah, I've never met him before in real life, but...
You never met...
Robert Garcia didn't limit his praise to Pacquiao the fighter, he also spoke highly of Pacquiao the man. Garcia highlighted that Manny fights for more than his own personal glory, he fights for the pride of his nation and the millions of people who look up to him. Garcia openly admits that this comeback will be one of Manny's toughest challenges yet, especially given his age and the physical demands of the sport. But he believes Pacquiao's athleticism, mental toughness, and fighting IQ still give him the ability to produce something extraordinary. In Garcia's eyes, Manny isn't just fighting for belts, he's fighting for history, for honor, and for the people who continue to believe in him.
Fight, I mean, do you understand why maybe Pacquiao's coming back maybe after a performance like that against a Mario Barrios?
Well, look, after Barrios' last performance, I think Pacquiao wasn't the only one. I think there was many calls to the Cubas and PBC people about fighting Barrios. But you know, Barrios is a great dude. He's young, he's strong. I think Pacquiao's coming back because he wants to make history. Pacquiao is a person that loves to help. He helps. People love him in his country, and not only in his country, in the whole world. People love him. People always support him. People are behind him, and he's doing it to make history. You know, if he becomes champion, you know, there's been very few that could do something that have done something like that in their 40s to come back and well, actually mid 40s, late 40s, and come back and become world champion. You know, he just wants to make history and be the best in history, because maybe he will, but it's gonna be tough. At 46, bro, you know, shit, I'm 4 years older than him, man. and
4 years ago, you didn't want to make a comeback?
Man, I didn't want to make a comeback when I was 30, and I had been retired for only 4 years, and I was 30, and a lot of people would tell me, Robert, you're young, Robert, you can still do something. There's a lot of fights, Morales, Barrera, even Pacquiao was already fighting. There's a lot of money out there. But nah, man, you know, I didn't feel like doing it. So, you know, it's different. Mikey, you know, Mikey's 37, and we've told him, Mike, you know, you can still do 1 or 2 more fights, and you know, and he just feels like, no, you know, at 37. So just imagine 10 years.
Veteran commentator Jim Lampley took a more emotional approach, saying Pacquiao's return didn't surprise him, but still carried a bittersweet feeling. He explained that many fighters struggle to walk away from the sport they love because they crave the rush, the adrenaline, the lights, the cheers of the crowd. It becomes part of who they are, and life without it feels incomplete. Lampley doesn't condemn Pacquiao's decision, but he reflects on the emotional reality that many greats return not out of financial need, but out of the longing to feel alive in the only way they know. In his view, this is part of boxing's eternal cycle, legends stepping back into the ring for one last taste of glory.
Over the years, what do you think of that?
Sad. You know, it's just sad that he feels any reason or urge whatsoever. However, on the other hand, fighters fight. It's what they do. Hey, Jim Lampley was gone for 6 years. Was it stupid for him to choose to come back and fall a fight? Was it a risk? You know, was there a possibility that he could embarrass himself and fall on his face? Are there some viewers and listeners out there who think that's exactly what he did? Sure, that's possible. But I was back doing something I love, and I was getting paid for it. So I understand why Manny wants to come back and do something he loves and get paid for it. But it's one thing to talk into a microphone when you've been a few years away and you're a little bit older. It's entirely a different thing to go in and hit and get it.
Across the boxing community, one point of agreement remains clear: Pacquiao's greatest opponent in this fight is not Mario Barrios, but time itself. No matter how skilled, experienced, or determined a fighter is, aging slows reflexes, reduces stamina, and lengthens recovery time from both training and damage taken in the ring. Even the most disciplined preparation can't fully reverse the effects of age. This doesn't mean Pacquiao has no chance, but it does mean the margin for error is razor thin. Every second of the fight presents more risk than it would have a decade ago, and younger fighters often capitalize on even the smallest mistakes.
So Manny Pacquiao's gonna get knocked out by Mario Barrios. And I get it, like, Mario Barrios is like far from a good fighter. Mario Barrios is one of the worst champions in all of boxing, but Manny Pacquiao is so old, bro. I think a lot of you guys forget Manny Pacquiao fought last year and he arguably lost to like a Muay Thai kickboxer dude. Like, this dude wasn't even a boxer. Yes, he was really big, but the dude was just not a boxer. Honestly, I think the WBC should call this fight off. I think it's not too late to kind of go back on your word and let's call this one off. This fight should not be sanctioned by anybody. This fight should not be allowed. At least Mario Barrios should be stripped of his WBC title for defending it against a 46-year-old. Is there a slim chance Manny Pacquiao is able to outmaneuver him and maybe outpoint him, punch, you know, around him? Yeah, maybe. But realistically, it won't happen. But if he does, I think it will solidify him as the greatest boxer of all time, no questions about it. I think if he does win this fight, it would put him clearly over Ali, Ray Robinson, Ray Leonard, and Floyd Mayweather. But I want to hear your guys' thoughts on how y'all feel about this fight.
Some believe the deeper reason behind Pacquiao's comeback is emotional rather than financial or purely competitive. For many fighters, the electric atmosphere of fight night, the roar of the crowd, the blinding lights, the national pride is an irreplaceable feeling. retirement can't replicate it, no matter what other achievements come. This pull can be powerful enough to draw even the greatest champions back into the ring. But as some observers point out, nostalgia can be dangerous. Pacquiao's last performance showed clear signs of slowing down, and those signs won't disappear simply because of his willpower or experience.
I understand that Manny Pacquiao is the first ballot Hall of Famer. He's an 8 division world champion, one of the greatest fighters in the history of the sport of boxing. He's a great family man, great philanthropist, does a lot for his community. I ain't saying nothing bad about Manny Pacquiao. In fact, I'm worried for his well-being. Even with some of the boxing greats like Roy Jones Jr., James Toney, you know, just to name a few. Bernard Hopkins, personally my favorite fighter of all time. They don't know how to let the game go, right? They always get that itch. They miss the allure. You know, the crowd, the cheers, the boos, the spectacle that comes with the sport of boxing. I get it. I can understand why Manny Pacquiao is still trying to hold on to what was in the past, right? Which is why my beef was with Mario Barrios. Because, bro, you know you need your ass whipped, right? Because last time I saw Manny Pacquiao in an exhibition fight, let alone a real fight versus the Danish Ugas, he looked terrible. He looked like he was about to get stopped. Remember the fight that was supposed to happen between him and Errol Spence? And things like that. I'm going to come in and put on a one-sided ass whooping and things like that. Manny Pacquiao is a great future Hall of Famer. He's a legend, but I feel like my skills and fundamentals is going to be the deciding factor in that fight. Remember when Errol Spence pulled out of that fight due to an eye injury? Manny Pacquiao lost to Yordenis Ugas. The same Yordenis Ugas that's been getting beamed on ever since he fought Errol Spence. Instead of trying to unify the division with Brian Norman, who currently holds the WBO strap, right? Instead of trying to unify with another unified champion at 147 in Jerome Tennis, who many deem as the new boogeyman in the sport, especially at 147. Yeah, I said it. You decide to fight Manny Pacquiao for the big payday, in my Canelo voice. And I say all that to say, bro, you know you need your ass whipped, right? Boxing guys don't like ugly. And if you keep playing with the sport of boxing, eventually the sport of boxing is going to get back at you. And oh man, when Brian Norman, or dare I even say Jerome Tennis, that's even if you have the balls to fight them, yeah, I said it, get their hands on you, you going to get stopped, bro, because you know you dead wrong for going up against a 46-year-old Manny Pacquiao. Facts, he threw a big fat.
Jim Lampley elaborated further on the intoxicating nature of the fight game. For a boxer, nothing else in life matches the adrenaline rush of competition, the unique blend of fear, focus, and glory. Once a fighter has tasted that feeling, it's hard to accept a life without it. Lampley stressed that for many, the decision to return isn't about chasing money, it's about chasing that feeling of being alive in the most intense way they know.
Way. I said, Ray, why is it that you can't give this up? It's one of the greatest quotes I ever heard. He said, Jim, I tried owning restaurants and I tried eating in restaurants. I tried dancing in nightclubs and I tried owning nightclubs. I did every other thing I could do that was supposed to give me that kind of feedback. There is nothing in life that matches the moment of standing up off your stool, sweat glistening on your chest, naked in the eyes of the world except for those trunks and shoes, and stepping forward into the spotlight to face another man.
That's it for today's coverage. Stay locked in for more updates on this high-stakes clash between Manny Pacquiao and Mario Barrios. The build-up is only beginning, and as fight night draws closer, expect the tension, drama, and anticipation to reach a fever pitch.